Are we ready, David? Good evening, everybody. Before we get started tonight, I've got a little business here in house. Tess, if you would mind stepping up, and before you lead us in invocation, just would like to ask everybody to join me in singing Happy Birthday to Tess.
While we do that, my appointee this evening's birthday, Carl Hayes' birthday.
Right.
All
Let him stand up.
Come on, Carl, stand up.
Carl and Tess.
You don't really want us to sing.
I do.
Oh my God.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tess and Carl. Happy birthday to you.
The Granicus wasn't running, was it?
All right, Tess, if you wouldn't mind, lead us in invocation.
We're going to never live that down. Sorry, tape.
Father, thank you so much that we have the freedom to come and to assemble. Father, I ask that you always keep us mindful of our past and all of the people who have gone before to allow us to have that freedom. And help us to be mindful in this moment. But help us to always be planning and building for a brighter future. And I just thank you for the citizens that have assembled, for the staff, for the elected officials. And I ask that you help us to always use our speech to be respectful and understanding and to seek to understand the others. Father, again, I thank you that we have this freedom. Help us to remember and to celebrate it. And I ask it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Milton City Council for Monday, October 3rd, 2011 to order. Will the City Clerk please sound announcements?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I would be happy to call roll for the October 3rd, 2011 regular meeting. I would like to remind those in attendance to please silence all cell phones at this time. Additionally, those attending the meeting who would like to provide public comment either during the public hearing or during the call for public comment, you are required to complete a public comment card prior to speaking on an item. There is no public comment for consent agenda items or items under first presentation. Those called to speak will be taken in the order that the speaker cards are received by the city clerk prior to the beginning of tonight's meeting. All speakers will identify themselves by name, address, and organization if applicable. The City Council may allow public comment on either an agenda item or general public comment from a representative of such an organized group or association, provided, however, that such an individual shall file a notarized affidavit that they have the authority to speak on behalf of said organization on a form provided by the city clerk prior to the agenda item being called. Demonstration of any sort within this chamber is prohibited, so please refrain from any applause, cheering, booing, outbursts, or dialogue with any person speaking. Please show the same respect to the person speaking that you will expect to receive yourself. Anyone in violation will be asked to leave. As I call roll, please confirm your attendance. Mayor Joe Lockwood.
Here.
Councilmember Karen Thurman.
Here.
Councilmember Julie Zonner Bailey.
Here.
Councilmember Bill Lusk.
Here.
Councilmember Bert Hewitt.
Here.
Councilmember Joe Longoria.
Here.
Councilmember Alan Tart.
Here.
Would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, I want to welcome everybody here tonight. And if our clerk would please call the first item.
The first item is approval of meeting agenda. This is agenda item number 11208.
Okay. I have any items to be considered?
Mayor, I need to add executive session for litigation.
Okay. Any others, council? All right, do I have a motion for approve our agenda with the addition of executive session for litigation?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion by Councilmember Tart, second by Councilmember Lusk. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Okay, next item is public comment. First I'll ask, do we have any public comment?
No, sir.
Okay. Point of order, Mr. City Attorney, do I need to read the rules of public comment if we have none?
If you have none, you're not to
Okay. Won't waste everyone's time then. Move on to the consent agenda. Will City Clerk please call the item?
Our first item is approval of the September 7th, 2011 regular council minutes, agenda item number 11209. Next is approval of the September 12th work session minutes, agenda item number 11210. Our third presentation item is approval of a Parks and Recreation event license agreement between the City of Milton and Teen Advocacy Group, TAG, and Nita Harvey and Lynn Hyman to offer teen and preteen classes at Bell Memorial Park. Agenda item number 11211. Next is approval of an agreement between the City of Milton and Kohl's Department Store for the Mayor's Run event on October 8th, 2011. Agenda item number 11212. Approval of an agreement between the City of Milton and Fun Fair to provide event services for the 2011 Milton Roundup. Agenda item number 11213. Our final consent agenda item is approval of a memorandum of understanding for payment of certain costs for installation of sod and irrigation at Hopewell Middle School. This is agenda item number 11214.
Okay, do I have a motion and a second?
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda as approved by, or as prepared by staff.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Councilmember Luss, second by Councilmember Thurman. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That was unanimous. We'll move on to reports and presentations.
Crime Prevention Month proclamation. This is being presented by Councilmember Alan Tart.
Good evening. Thank you, City. This month marks the Crime Prevention Month, and we did this a couple of years ago, and I forgot last year. I'm sorry. Sometimes I need a personal secretary. But this proclamation is in honor of the Milton citizens, Milton Police and Citizens Together is a program that was started back in 2009. And we have several members of the audience that are part of that program. Just to name some of the neighborhoods that are currently participating in the City of Milton's Impact Program: Avonsong, Bentgrass Farms, Centennial Village, Crabapple North, Crooked Creek, Fairmont, the lake at Cooper Sandy, the Manor, Wyndham, Providence Lake, Atlanta National, and Orchards at Windward. I'm really glad to see that many neighborhoods participating because at one time it was felt that neighborhoods wouldn't want to participate because they felt it would reflect badly on their neighborhoods. And we have found in Avonsong that it has been an invaluable tool to help us combat crime and other behavior that we felt was not wanted in our neighborhood. Each participating neighborhood has satisfactorily completed the standards and training set forth for Impact. The program requires participants to attend 3 meetings, including block captain training. In addition to the Impact neighborhood signs, each coordinator has received a certificate designating their neighborhood as a master community and acknowledges the organization, participation, and future commitment to enhance and improve the quality of life in Milton. In attendance tonight, we have several members of the Impact program as well as the coordinators from various neighborhoods. As I call your name, please stand up to be recognized. Dennis Nelson is the City of Milton's Community Outreach Coordinator. And we have several Impact neighborhood coordinators representing, as well as HOA presidents. Bob Stenstrom. Did I butcher your name, sir? Okay, I'm sorry. From Crabapple North, Miss Fran Ritter. Hey, Fran. Fran represents the lake at Cooper Sandy. Mr. Howard Droves, who represents Avonsong, and Jimmy Pomerantz, and Boyd Bird from the Manor. Thank you, sir. And E.J. Ewing from the Wyndham.
HJ's not here. I'm Mark Flower.
HJ's not here. Okay. And Art and Judy Flowers. Thank y'all for coming, and thank y'all for your leadership to your communities and setting these programs up and supporting the Impact program. Thank you. Also in attendance tonight are the City of Milton's Impact Neighborhood Liaison Officer, Era Baronian. Okay. And Sergeant Charles Barstow. Thank you, sir. He's been a big help to us in Amazon. So I'll read the proclamation now. Whereas the vitality of our city depends on how safe we keep our homes, neighborhoods, schools, workplaces, and communities. And whereas crime and fear of crime destroy our trust in others and in civic institutions, threatening the community's health, prosperity, and quality of life. And whereas the personal injury, financial loss, and community deterioration resulting from crime are intolerable and require investment from the whole community. And whereas people of all ages must be made aware of what they can do to prevent themselves and their families, neighbors, and coworkers from being harmed by crime. And whereas crime prevention initiatives must include self-protection and security, but they must go beyond these to promote collaborative efforts to make neighborhoods safer for all ages and to develop positive opportunities for young people. And whereas adults must invest time, resources, and policy support in effective prevention and intervention strategies for youth and adults must make sure to engage teens in programs to drive crime from their communities. And whereas effective crime prevention programs succeed because of partnerships with law enforcement, other government agencies, civic groups, schools, faith communities, businesses, and individuals as they help to nurture communal responsibility and instill pride. And whereas Milton Police and Citizens Together Impact is a broad-based community outreach program that can be effective in helping Milton Police Department manage effectively and responding proactively to community growth, increasing calls for service and crime rates. And whereas through participation in Impact and other initiatives, residents will come to possess a true understanding of the added value of a professionally managed, community-focused police department and their own roles in helping to maintain a high quality of life in their community. Now, therefore, we, the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Milton, do hereby proclaim October 2011 as Crime Prevention Month in Milton and urge all citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, and businesses to invest in the power of prevention and work together to make Milton a safer, stronger, and more caring community. Given under my hand and seal, the City of Milton, Georgia, on the 3rd day of October, Mayor Joe Lockwood. So if you guys would like to come up, and we'll invite the council down to take a picture, and we have a proclamation for you guys. And just as a personal challenge to the impact programs and the city, as I read through the proclamation, it talked a lot about youth. And obviously you guys have heard on the news a lot about bullying and the effects that it's had on our youth in our country. And I would just challenge you guys to come together as an impact program and figure out ways to outreach to the youth in your communities to help prevent bullying in our schools, because that's something that we need to not tolerate in the city of Milton. All right, so we come down.
Thank you, Alan, for doing that.
You all have to use hand sanitizer because it's not giving up.
Thanks for giving it all of us. I remember that.
This is an experiment. We haven't seen the state.
They're going to let us go line right up here.
Yeah, we need to basically, if everybody could move down, basically go from this pole to that, the end of that right there, where basically where Councilman Lusk is. So everybody just kind of scoot on down this way.
Oh, she actually.
Okay, Jason, everybody who doesn't know, I'm going to count to 3. Make sure your eyes are open. One, two, three. One, two, three. Last one. One, two, three.
Sure, has the next to this.
All right, we'll see you, Jimmy.
Lots of energy.
Yeah, she doesn't ever run out.
You're not supposed to at that age.
And you think Paul does?
Yeah,
Sometimes. Got to relish those moments when they come about. Right? I hate to miss your bow tie. It's so disappointing.
He probably goes and buys new ones just so that, just for our council meetings.
Give one a little water.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. I'm
You
going
could
to
do
take
that.
that.
Oh, maybe you can get one of those little red noses, and when you push the candy comes out.
Do you drive one of those really little teeny tiny cars?
Dun, dun, dun.
How many
All right.
attorneys can...
We'll get back to work. Let's move on to our first presentation. Will City Clerk please call that item?
RZ 1116 to amend Article 18, Historic Preservation Commission of the City of Milton zoning ordinance. This is agenda item number 11215.
Okay. Do I have a motion and a second?
I'll move to approve the first presentation of RZ 11-16, agenda item number 11-215.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Got a motion by Councilmember Luss, second by Councilmember Bailey. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Okay, we'll move on to a public hearing. Would the City Clerk please sound the item?
Approval of the issuance of a brown bagging permit to Just for Giggles, located at 12635 Crabapple Road, Suite 250, Milton, Georgia 30004. The applicant is Megan Jamison for a brown bagging permit. Agenda item number 11216.
All right, Council, I'm going to handle this one tonight on Stacy's behalf, who's out of town. This is a location that's in Crabapple on Crabapple Road. This is the first permit request that we've had for the brown bagging permit that you all are well aware of, that we've talked about recently. I've looked through the file, and this location is in conformance with the code. Peyton would be here tonight, Peyton and his wife Megan, although they had a family emergency. So I just want you all to know that by you not seeing him in the audience is not that they have lost any interest in this. They just simply can't be here. After reviewing the file, staff recommendation is that you approve this permit.
Okay. Any questions from council? Okay. Do we have any public comment?
No, sir.
Okay. We'll close the public hearing. And if there's no council discussion, I'll open it up for a motion.
Mayor, I've got a motion.
Okay.
I put forward a motion to approve approval of the issuance of a brown bagging permit to Just for Giggles, located at 12635 Crabapple Road, Suite 250, Milton, Georgia 3004. The applicant is Megan Jamison for a brown bagging permit. Agenda item number 11-216.
I'll second it.
Okay. Got a motion by Councilmember Bailey, a second by Councilmember Thurman. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. All right, we're going to move on to new business. Will the City Clerk please sound the item?
Approval of a resolution, amending resolution number 1103173, a resolution appointing a board member for District 3 to the City of Milton Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. This is agenda item number 11217. Councilmember Bill Lusk.
Thank you, Sudi. My appointee is not going to be available tonight. She was involved in something that detained her in Charlotte today. But I would like to go ahead and propose Ms. Sue Recook. And brief bio on Sue. Sue's been a resident. She and her husband, Walt, have been residents of the city of Milton when they moved here in 2002 from Roswell. And they both resided there since 1987. Sue has been with the law firm of Cohen, Pollock, Merlin, and Small since 2008, having been a private consultant to several area firms from 1995 to that time in the area of estate and trust administration. She's been married to Walt for 22 years, has one child, Abby, who graduated from Milton High School in 2010 and attends the University of Georgia. Sue has played an integral part in the community as a past member of the board of directors of the Georgia Hunter Jumper Association, where she served as chairman of the hearing committee, and has been involved in the equestrian community in the North Fulton area since 1995. Sue and her daughter Abby have also been involved in dog showing, which has provided Sue with an understanding of facilities available locally and throughout the country to support canine activities and the needs of residents who participate in such activities. As with most residents with children, Sue has been able to experience the activities supported by community recreational facilities in the North Fulton area and realizes the need to provide adequate areas and programs to better serve the ever-growing Milton community. Families have been drawn to Milton with excellent schools and an agrarian lifestyle. However, what the community is lacking is adequate facilities where families can participate in athletic, artistic, and non-academic educational programs. These facilities are necessary to complete the package and make Milton a sustainable, self-supporting community for all of its residents. Quote from Sue. Having said that, I'd like to propose Sue Recook as my appointee to the Parks and Recreation Board, District 3.
Any questions, Council, before? All right, do I have a motion and a second?
Mayor, I make a motion to approve agenda item 11-217 to approve a resolution amending resolution 11-03-173, appointing Sue Recook for District 3 Parks and Recreation Advisory Board member.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Tartt, second by Councilmember Bailey. There's no discussion. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous.
And I might add, what we'll do is swear her in at a meeting in the future.
Yeah, you need time. Okay. City Clerk, please, on the next item.
Next item is approval of a resolution amending resolution number 11-05176, a resolution appointing a member to the City of Milton Design Review Board by adding a board member for District 4. This is agenda item number 11206. Councilmember Burt Hewitt.
Thank you. I'd like to nominate Carl Hayes for the position on the Design Review Board. Carl moved to Georgia from Boston in 1994 and has lived in Milton for 9 years. He's been married to Paula for almost 20 years and has 3 kids. He's currently employed with AT&T, and he has sat on the City of Milton Ethics Commission. And he's also the unofficial coordinator for the coordinator for the unofficial homeowners association in his neighborhood, Crabapple Forest. He plays hockey at the ice in Cumming and is bummed out the Thrashers have left town. So I'd like to offer up Carl Hayes and appreciate his willingness to serve again.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Mayor, I make a motion to approve agenda item 11-206 to approve a resolution amending resolution number 11-05-176, appointing Carl Hayes to the City of Milton Design Review Board for District 4.
I'll second it.
Okay, got a motion from Councilmember Tartt, second by Councilmember Thurman. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. And if, Carl, you'd like to step forward, I'd be glad to go ahead and swear you in. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear and affirm.
I do solemnly swear and affirm.
Faithfully perform the duties of
I will faithfully perform the duties of
Design Review Board member
Design Review Board member
of the city.
of the city.
That I will support and defend the charter thereof,
Support and defend the charter thereof,
as well as the Constitution
as well as the Constitution
and the laws of the state of Georgia
and the laws of the state of Georgia
and of the United States of America.
and the United States of America. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Isn't it your birthday?
Tass that gave me
Oh,
birthday.
oh, okay. That was all
It's everybody's birthday today.
Sudi and I share a birthday,
Yeah.
though.
right.
Birthday.
I didn't know that. What's your birthday?
March 21st,
Okay. I have to send you that.
1975.
Bragger. You just had to throw that in there, didn't you?
Born in the right decade.
I like
And
that.
I never want to pass up a chance to thank our volunteers because they do so much for the city, and we certainly appreciate that. We'll move on to reports. I was able to attend a meeting from by the Board of Education this afternoon, which I think you all got an invitation to, and talking about SPLOST 4 and charter, some charter amendments. And fortunately, Councilmember Thurman and Councilmember Lusk were there also. And what's interesting is what I learned about, especially the SPLOST 4, is in the past, first three, it was more about building schools and classrooms. And now, unfortunately, the majority of them need renovations, repairs. The technology needs to be brought up. So instead of having 70 or 80% of the money going to build new schools and new classrooms, now about 70% of the future SPLOST money, if it's passed, will go for renovations and technology. And this is also something that, as I'm saying right now in the Board of Education, it's only to get the information out. It's not supporting or not supporting us, but just so that the citizens can hopefully take their time and explore this. So I'm not sure, Chris, I'll ask you too, if it's something we can put a link at least on our website, and I have to talk to Ken, but just so our citizens have a way to go and check it out, not any support or
Yeah, I'll look at it and see if it's one of those, we have to maintain that fine line of educating but not advocating.
Right.
And we'll see if there's a way we can do that.
And that's the point. I want to make sure we're not advocating, just educating. But Karen may want to add a little something, and Bill may want to add a little something. If Karen?
Yeah. I think the important thing to remember is when SPLOST first came into being in 1997, the Fulton County Board of Education was able to roll back the property tax millage rate. And they rolled it back by about 4 mills at that time. And most of, as the mayor said, most of them, this SPLOST 4 is going to be, a large percent of it is for technology and also for renovation and replacement of schools. And most of these things money's going to have to be spent. And if SPLOST 4 doesn't pass, that means there's probably a very good chance the millage rate will be increased. So I think that's one thing to remember. Nobody likes to vote on additional taxes, but this is things that are needed. If it is passed, then it's comes out of obviously the sales tax, which is split with the city of Atlanta. If it isn't passed, then we'll probably be paying for some of it out of our property tax. So.
In addition to this SPLOST program, what's going to be presented to the State Board of Education on the 1st of December is the charter system framework, and it affords freedom and flexibility with accountability is what their main purpose is. And I'll just read you a short synopsis of, to answer the question is, why are we pursuing a charter system? This is in March 2010, Fulton County Schools announced its intent to explore the charter system model for school flexibility as offered under the Charter Schools Act of 1998. After 18 months of investigation, we believe that the charter system model, as indicated in this figure 1 in the handout, is the most productive model for our students, teachers, and parents. The charter system model offers freedom and flexibility both at the school level and system-wide to employ research-based methods to improve student achievement, even if such innovations would require exemptions to current state laws and regulations. So what all of this means is they're trying to depart from the rigid rules and regulations that the state school board has set forth for all schools, and instead of having every school operate under the same rules, regulations, and curriculum, it will turn that whole system upside down and afford the flexibility for each school itself to choose their own curriculum and make it more compatible or responsible to the local communities. So I see this as it's a big step in our educational system. Florida is probably 2 light years ahead of us in this system, but I think we have the tools here and the incentive to go ahead and pass this thing. So if you couldn't tell, I support it as a citizen. So.
All right. Anything else? Does council have anything else? Julie?
Just as an educator myself, experiencing firsthand what's needed, one, both within SPLOST as well as within the charter system. There's obviously information that's really critical for our citizenry to take a look at, and obviously we don't want to advocate as a council, but I would just echo that it's extremely important for citizens to be well read on the issue and to be prepared to make a decision, whatever that individual household might believe. But we do need technology in our schools. We need to bring our children, all children, into the current century and equip them with technology. And the charter system also, having, again, been on some committees within the educational component, provides the flexibility that Councilmember Lush just talked about. So important information for citizens to be apprised of.
Okay. Nothing else from council. I'll open up to our staff reports.
The bulk of what I've got tonight is the next agenda item.
Okay. Then I'll ask if have a motion that we move into executive session to discuss litigation.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. So we adjourn into executive session for litigation.
Yeah, we got my password
All right, I move
reset.
to re-adjourn our meeting. All in
I'll move
favor?
I second it. Aye.
All right, and I think we have anything else, so we'll conclude this meeting. Do I have a
I'll move
motion?
to adjourn. the
And I'll
regular
second
meeting.
that.
Okay, a motion is second, we adjourn. All